To 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And we are underway from the Superdome. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Man coverage to start the game, and I expect we'll see a good amount of that. They trust their secondary to hold down the fort and let their pass rushers get home. And that's a good job right on play one.
Now a 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
They went to their big body tight end on 2nd down in hopes that he could plow his way to a 1st down. But they were ready for him defensively and ended up holding him to a modest gain.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
Well, you want to make sure that on an opening drive that you at least stay out there for a while and get into the flow of the game. A 3-and-out would have been problematic, but that's a good throw there to ensure they get another set of downs.
The slot man in motion right. And they'll fake the jet sweep there and instead hand to Kamara. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 5. They run it again with Kamara.
Wrap up.
Still moving. And he gets this all the way down to the Patriots 15. It's a gain of 34. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. So really a nice drive there for the first points of the game.
And how about the fact that it was a run by the wide receiver that got him into the end zone, Brandon? You know, these guys, we know they're not afraid to open up the playbook, and they showed it to us right there on the first drive.
Now the point after, good by Groupie. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. New England's offense set to go. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Ohio State. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. To throw, it's May. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Douglas. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. From the 35, here's 2nd down and 5. Kamara try the right side. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So nothing doing there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Patriots take over. Douglas, the man in motion. A carry by Henderson to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Credit Brian Brzee in there to greet him and drop him for a loss.
Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. Doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. On the counter, it's Henderson. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good gain, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
From the shotgun, May with it. And Diggs has it. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3 and out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Henderson running straight ahead. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Demario Davis there on the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Henderson. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman, the ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
3rd and 9 here. Here's May. And he spots Henderson open left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Throwing here is May. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Short pass caught by Henry. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
To the air, May. He finds Douglas complete. And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They want to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit of the first quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal.
The tight end Henry here in motion. They'll run here with Henderson. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Once more with Henderson. Yeah, this time he'll get down close to the goal line, but not quite in as he stopped at the 1-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Henderson is into the end zone. Touchdown, New England.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They begin on the ground with Kamara.
58 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
They'll drop to throw.
Over the middle and complete to Shaheed.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. They'll look to throw here.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, one-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Here's 3rd and 3.
He'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Back to throw now on 1st down. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 7.
They'll set up to throw.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
And that is no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
To the right side, this is Henderson. Down inside the 40.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. From the shotgun, it's May.
He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 22-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
Looking to throw. May. It's complete to Diggs. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now third down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll throw with May. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here.
And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. They'll look to throw here on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 44-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So on 4th down, Matthew Hayball on to punt.
This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
New England trying to get to place on offense.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Off the play fake. Here's May. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Douglas, the man in motion.
From the gun on 3rd down is May.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It wasn't 3rd and long. It was more like 3rd and attainable, and oftentimes offense just want to run enough to pick up a first down. But I think they wanted a break tendency there. Catch the defense plan for the short pass and push it downfield, and they almost collected a big play.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The New Orleans offense set to take over. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Pats are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. To throw, it's May.
And that's off the mark, incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen, but this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Short pass caught by Henry. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
There's Stephon Diggs for the catch on the slant.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 10 more there and another first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here's May.
Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Third and 19. Throwing here is May.
And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw.
Locates Kamara on the out route.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
Looking to throw.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, And now it brings up 4th down.
Here's Matthew Hayball now.
As he's on to punt for New Orleans. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
The Pats going to get one final possession in this first half. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
Brian Brzee, the man to bring him down.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the Patriots going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They run once more with Henderson. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
From the shotgun, May with it. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. It's taken to the 26. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And he'll find Moreau here.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And Shaheed going to go in motion.
A 10th carry for Kamara.
Robert Spillane able to bring him down.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
2nd and 5.
Kamara up the middle. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
There's Chris Olave.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 30. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll look to throw again. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down. Back to throw again.
Tries the left side and finds Olave.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a first and goal.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
He's got it. Touchdown.
Chris Olave.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Saints have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well moving the ball down the field.
Groupie able to add the PAT.
And the lead is now 14-10.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. New England's offense set to go. The last series for him, a little disappointing. Forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 41 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll throw with May.
Got the connection here to Bourne. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one good for 13 at a New England first down.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
From the gun, it's May. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A give for Henderson running to the right. And shedding through the tackle right to the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Douglas, the man in motion.
To the air, May.
He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Up the middle, here's Henderson. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
They'll go back to Henderson on first down. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's DeMario Day backfield for a tackle for loss.
Sometimes you do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Looking to throw, May. Out right to Bourne. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw, it's May. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
They'll look to run with Henderson. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
2nd and goal from the 1. Again, it's Henderson. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Patriots have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the 2nd time of the ball game.
And, Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Kyle Duggar up to make the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27.
They'll look to throw here.
Open man left side. Shaheed has it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Credit the tackle for loss to Harold Landry.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. He'll drop to throw. And that's complete to Cooks. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. So they'll try to move the ball closer here on third down. A field goal from this spot would be just inside of 60 yards, 59 to be exact. Here's Kamara, try to run for it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
They'll set up a throw.
Olave holds it in.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Saints answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown to the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. A carry by Henderson to start the drive.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Henderson will try and run for the first.
And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Gets this complete to Shaheed.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
That'll be taken in by Shaheed.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
So illegal touching, Charles. If you set foot out of bounds as a receiver, you can't be the first to touch it.
You nailed it on that one. You've got to be mindful of the sideline.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
New England trying to get a place on offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Here's May.
Left side caught by Diggs. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Throwing here is May.
Short pass caught by Henry. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. This offense so far on 3rd down, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that 1st down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
In motion left goes a tight end. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara.
He'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 7.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again.
And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
They're going to look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
3rd and 5.
Looking to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Pretty good location there on that throw.
It really was, wasn't it? That was likely one where the receiver was either going to catch it or no one. Really good decision. And, boy, what a catch and move right there.
And a tough spot to get it over the middle. Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Kamara. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They run it again with Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. And he will have a Saints first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory for him. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off. Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints are